Hey everybody, how's it? Aloha, this is Jeeves here, your old media composer here at the Decomposer Lounge. And this is day 2 out of 5 in a row of acoustic music reactions and breakdowns. Now, not necessarily are they reactions, because thus far, these are covers performed by artists, like yesterday was Chris Cornell, and today, this is Corey Taylor covering a song Snuff that he did with his band Slipknot. Now, I'm very new to Slipknot, but I became a pretty fast fan of their music because of their technical work. I did do a little research and I listened to this song, obviously the Slipknot version. Before I start, I just want to say Corey has an amazing voice. And I was listening to his voice in the 2 Slipknots that I did. I just really kind of had to dial into it because I was really interested to hear what the performance might be like here. So I'm looking forward to this. And the video that I saw with the band looked kind of intense, so I'm assuming that this is going to be even a more intimate and emotional version of the song. I want to thank you guys ahead of time. You know when I do these videos, you see advertisement. It does not monetize my channel. If you want to buy me a cup of coffee, that'd be super cool beans. It also helps me out with what I do with the kids as a ventriloquist. Yep. Also, speaking of the kids, just for kicks, down below on my main page, I have music reactions for kids. And some of these characters, one does rock and roll and stuff like that. I just did a heavy metal one, actually, from a metal band called Heavy Saurus. I know. But it was the guy, one of the guys from Nightwish, I think, was part of that. So it's very metally. Anyhow, so let's do this. Corey Taylor, Snuff. All right.
I'm going to play you a very heavy song for me. It's just hard to get through. So I'm obviously going to need all the help I can get on this. Are you ready?
Bury all your secrets in my skin. Come away with innocence, leave me with my sins. The air around me still feels like a cage. Love is just a camouflage of what resembles rage. So if you love me, let me go. Run away before I know. My heart is just too dark to care. I can't destroy what is in there. Deliver me into my fate. If I'm alone, I cannot hate. I don't deserve to have you. My smile was taken long ago. If I can change, I hope I'll never know.
And I was right. What an amazing voice. What a passionate voice. I read somewhere that he has like a 4-octave range, or even more. I think it was 4 octaves. Older I get, the better I was. A couple things about this. When in my experience, when any band performs one of their tracks and it's scaled down for an acoustic performance, be it all the band members show up on the acoustic performance and maybe they play an acoustic bass or whatever, the arrangement changes, and then so does the expression of the performance. Like I said, this makes it intimate. What I liked here, and what I want to just bring up really quick, is that as a performer that's keenly aware of what it is to play with dynamics, especially as a vocalist, when he's singing his first verse, there's that little strumming turnaround before this hook that came through. It sounded like it was the hook. and he backs off. There's no vocals there, but the performance gets louder, and it brings you up into a stronger place as he releases those minor chords into a major, so it sounded like. I hate saying that I know, because sometimes I don't know and I make mistakes and comments get all smoky. But what I really love about what I've heard about the performance thus far, I mean, it's all fantastic. First, I love when the audience is involved. What a feeling that must be, really, truly, if you write a piece of work, and only those who perform can ever rinse in that sensation, is when they sing your song back. So I could see how this could be emotional for him on many different ways. And, you know, to have your audience sing and lift you through this and carry you through a painful song is wonderful. And then something, and two more things I want to say. It's really nice when they do a recording of a live performance like this, and they have stereo overheads in the audience. I know that's a small thing, but it gives depth to the performance. What I mean by that is that when you hear the people at the beginning and they're singing, it's a very ambient, wide stereo vibe. It's not the audience and stuff being picked up by the mics that are on stage, but there are the room mics, apparently, and that also really comes into the performance. And finally, the passion of his voice at the end of that hook, that dark, hard, soulful, you know, painful, yearning kind of grovelly sound was wonderful. I wish I would have had a voice of any kind, but when I hear this, it's just a joy to sit back and just listen to the performance. Okay, let's go.
I'll never know. All of that was ripped apart when you refused to fight. So save your breath, I will not hear. I think I made it very clear. You couldn't hate enough to love. Is that supposed to be enough? I only wish you were my friend. Then I could hurt you in the end. I never claimed to be a saint. My own was banished long ago. It took the death of hope to let you go.
Obviously a very painful song. I'm catching a little bit of the lyrics, and, well, more than a little bit. You know how I am about, you know, when I'm listening to all the rest of the bands that I have on this channel, a lot of times because of the mix or the performance, the lyrics obviously is not my thing that I dial into, because I like to listen to the lead singer as a musician with their instrument and stuff. But this sounds really heavy, like it was like it was a breakup or something. But so you guys let me know, you know, what's the background of this for those of you who are fans, because it's heavy, and even where I just stopped on this video, I mean, you could just see the pain in his face, in his performance. You know, and another thing too is that the way the song is written is not intensely arranged here, like I said earlier, with the guitar. So it's very small, intimate. Like you could, if you're very sad or something, and you write a song, you could be off your property somewhere in the middle of nowhere and just pull out your guitar and perform this, and it's almost like a, what's the word I'm looking for, when you just want to scream to the world how much pain that you're in, but at least in a lonely, isolated kind of way, at least with music, whether we're listeners or performers. You know, these lyrics are going to weave a story for us, and for those who may be familiar with the story of these lyrics for him, that's one thing, but there's, I'm sure, a lot of us that can intertwine these lyrics into a personal experience, and that's what music's all about. Finding gateways and channels to relieve emotions or to absorb joy, sad, and all that sort of stuff. Anyhow, yabba, 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 yabba. I'm sorry, I'm an old composer. It's kind of a wisdom weirdness thing for me. Here we go.
So break yourself against my stones and spit your pity in my soul. You never needed any help. You sold me out to save yourself, and I won't listen to your shame. You ran away, you're all the same. Angels lie to keep control. My love was punished long ago. If you still get on, never let me know. You still get on, never let me know.
Very, very, very emotional performance there. And once again, the main reason why I wanted to do this acoustic week was to pull out a little bit of the power of a song, whether it's written, you know, with all amps on and all guitar riffs and all drums and bass, or broken into, you know, a single performance like this. I forgot who it was that I heard this from. This was in the 80s. I think it was my mentor, a guy named Val Valentine, who was a very famous engineer from the 50s, you know, Verve Records and stuff like that. And he had said to me, if you can play it in acoustic guitar like one off with your voice, and you should be able to still hear and feel the power of the song, regardless if it's loaded up with, you know, the whole band and stuff like that. And that's what I wanted this week to be all about. I wanted this week to be about celebrating what we know as, you know, at least on this channel, you know, heavy metal, metalcore, black metal, prog metal, and all math metal and new metal, and all the metallurgies in the genres that continue to grow, that when it's time to unplug, that performance of that song still has the same impact. You know, same impact meaning obviously you know what the song is, but it still gets you, it still hits you here at whatever level. Even if it's a glam performance, you know, if it's a technical performance, let's just say some of our faster guitar players, or, you know, prolific guitar players that I review here, sit down with two acoustic guitars and they can play it. And I've watched it too. There are a couple musicians that I've gone, geez, you see, it's not about having, you know, double humbuckers and the gain like this to get that. Sure, it's got its unique sound, but then wow, look at this musician is pulling this off with alternate picking and the whole thing, and the tapping and the whole thing, and it's still as powerful, you know, as a performance. Anyhow, thanks for hanging out, guys. This is just day 2. I got 3 more days of nothing but acoustic coming before we get back to our usual load of metal. Once again, if you had a good time, if you like, buy me a cup of coffee. That'd be cool beans. Links down below. And the link will be down below for this performance as well, from Corey Taylor singing Snuff. Guys, have a wonderful day. All right.